Hello everyone and welcome to Crafty Thursday. We're on 10 minutes early for chat time, so if you come on and you want to have a chat, yell out, tell me what you want to talk about. For those who don't know me, my name's Teresa Brown and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warragul in Victoria. Have been for 19 years. I love scrapbooking. I love telling the story about the pages. And it's a real wow factor when you actually do pages for your family, of your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, or your partner, or anything at all. It could be friends, it could be a dancing concert, it could be a swimming competition, anything that you like to put together and you can do with scrapbooking. There's a couple of points that I want to just point out to you about scrapbooking is having names, dates, times and places. So there's no better time to do our first day of school and remembering what your children's interests were, but right now, straight after they're finished. Hi Tanya, good to see you on. What have you been up to today? Would you like to be brought onto my video tonight, Tan? I'm just asking. Would you like to be brought up with me on my video? Would you like to have a chat on my video? A yes or a no would be nice. Just seeing who would like to come on and do a chat with me tonight. Are you cooking tea? Miss Tanya Ward, are you cooking tea tonight while you're watching? Watching while I'm cooking tea, I thought so. It seems to be that time for you, doesn't it? Tea time. We have tea a little bit earlier, so everyone has tea at different times, but it has been quite warm to eat too early, I think, but some people still eat really early. So tell me in the comments, what's your first? What's your first, like we've got Adeline's first day at primary school. I have Logan, my grandson's first day at high school. I've got Frankie's first day at 3-year-old kinder. And then I have Bella's first day working at the real estate. She's taken on a job at Clark's Real Estate in Warragul. So how amazing is that? I've got so many firsts happening at the moment. Hi Robin, good to see you. Come on. Are you sitting in your spa? I just have to ask because the spa right now would be really lovely. Might have to come up and jump in with you one night. It'd be so nice. I could do with a spa. You're running late tonight, are you, Tan? Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I can understand that. Did you work today? You've been... No, you're not in the spa tonight, Robbie. Oh, I thought you would be. Still a nice night. It's still a bit warm outside, but nice. So, anytime. Thank you, darling. Be very soon. I get my license, like being able to go back to driving very soon. I get my glasses tomorrow. With the sunnies on them, so that's exciting. So they've told me that when I'm driving I need the sunnies, so my other pair broke, so my new one's coming tomorrow. How exciting is that? I'm excited. Working all week, Tan. Oh my God. Well, at least it's not in the 40s. Did you have to work that really hot day? Oh my God, that was so hot. 45 it got to in some places. 47, 48 I think was the highest, which was really hot when you think about it. Higher than what it was for Ash Wednesday, which was really high because that was a really hot day that day. Would you like to come on with me, Robbie? Would you like me to bring you on to have a chat? I'm looking for someone who would love to come on and I can bring you on to have a chat. It's a new feature that Facebook has put on. Hi Suzanne, how are you? And it gives me a little link where I can actually bring someone up and we can have a chat. And honestly, that's something I'd love to do. I haven't tried it before. So you did work that hot day, Tan. Oh my God, that was really, really hot. Lucky cars have air conditioning, yeah. You're not wrong there. It's very frightening because the roads get so hot and the tyres get really hot. So you've got to be really careful because blowouts happen really easy with that heat and the rubber. So yeah, just always remember to take it easy in the heat when it's so hot. Yeah, because we don't want to get things happening. Okay, well, you can do it another night. I'd love to try this new thing out. It sort of comes up and says, you know, ask this person would they like to come on. I don't know what it's about or how it works. I haven't done it before, but interesting to find out because it would be a really good thing to actually see some of Suzanne, are you buying a new positioner? Well, I'm showing you a little bit more with the positioner tonight, so you're going to be a little bit more excited about it. I'm so excited that you're getting one. It is so handy for anyone that has, I reckon, arthritis. Like, I still don't have a lot of feeling in this hand from when I had my heart operation. So for me now, I've used it so much in the last few days that I've had it. Oh my God, I tell you what, it is amazing. Because you can press down with your left hand and you can re-ink. It's just, yeah, lots of love hearts because it is brilliant. I just love this new positioner. I've got it all ready to go and share a little bit more with you tonight on our hidden journaling. Hi Lillian, good to see you on. Tanya's is coming. Tanya's is coming. I know Brenda got hers today. Hi Sandra, how are you? Did anyone see my 11 o'clock scrapbook page? So I'll just share it with you. This was our first one today. This is Addie's first day at school. Just look at how cute she's looking there. She's holding her dress up because she feels it's a bit long. I'm sure of it. Or trying to show me her socks and her shoes. Absolutely gorgeous. It is good watching the demonstrations on how to use it, Susan. Suzanne, I so agree. Because when you see a new tool and you've got one, like I've got 2 Stamparatas and I wouldn't give them away for the world. Because when I have my grandkids here, they can use the Stamparatas. And they love it because they get their things and they flip it over and flip it over. They love the Stamparatas. So I wouldn't give them away. And after seeing the demos, you definitely need to have one. Well, if you're a demonstrator, you want to get in pretty early to get that. Okay, because when the promotion starts on the, I think it's the 2nd or the 3rd of February for anyone that joins. Now look, this is a win-win. Okay, I'm asking all my customers to join. It's a win-win. $169. Now think about this. Have a really good think. $169. You can choose $235 worth of products, free postage, and receive the free Stampin Positioner for free. That's a win-win, hands down. It's a really win-win. I paid $500 for mine, just around the $500 for my starter kit when I first started going back 19, 20 years ago. And we didn't get a choice. We got what was in our kit, but I still loved it. I still love the Lovely as a Tree came in my kit, and I love that stamp set still today. And there's just so many stamp sets that I wouldn't give away because of that. Hi, Kay. Good to see you on. I hope you're having a nice day. So put in the comments What's the first for you? I was explaining earlier, the first for me, first for my family. So I got, starting with Frankie, his first 3-year-old kinder, first year for 3-year-old kinder. So he had his first day the other day. Addie had her first day of state school or primary school. Logan's got his first day of high school. And Bella, my other granddaughter, older granddaughter, has started her first day at working for the real estate at Clark's in Warragul. So how brilliant is that? First, and first. So what's the first for you with your children, grandchildren, or even yourself? Pop it in the comments. You never know. Someone might win a little first gift tonight. So pop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what your first is. Well, we are going to get started. It is 7 o'clock. 10 minutes goes so fast. Don't you agree? I think so. Our chat time just goes woof. Oh, Robbie, I'm sorry you keep dropping out. I hope that's not because of my setup, because I'm not dropping out here. I'm hoping refresh and come back, darling. Refresh it and come back. Sometimes you need to refresh it. Okay, let's get started. Now, I want to share with you the second page to our first page that we did today. We did this one at 11, and this is Adeline, because Addie's real name is Adeline, but I call her Addie for short. It's a wonderful day to celebrate you. So when you're looking for sentiments, always think about the picture and what you're actually doing, because you'll find a lot of different words in all the different stamp sets you have. So you might use a lot of stamp sets. But tonight I want to share with you also how to do a hidden pocket, that you can do a write-up a little bit about what's happened on that first day also. So let me go in here and put this into the corner. I want to share something with you. If you've got a bigger stamp that you want to do marking down. Okay. So here I have got a red rubber one, because I've been asked quite a bit, does the red rubber work with the new Stampin Positioner? Yes, it does. And this one comes from Just a Note. Now, I think Tanya asked me at one stage, did I have this stamp set? And I didn't think I did, but I found it today. So I apologise for that. Okay, so we're going to turn it over, and I'm going to use Smoky Slate, because it's a softer ink than black. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to ink this up. I'm just going to put this, I don't know where to put anything tonight. I've got that much stuff on my desk. Okay. So I want to just mention, when I've put a little line here at the 2.5, because that's where I have set up the edge of my stamp. And I've sort of positioned it in the center of this piece of paper. So I'm going to just press down and put those lines on there. Now, when you're doing it on here, and where the other one you move the plate down, this one you have to move the paper. And you can sort of see I've put this right to the top, so you're going to have a bit of a place here where I can stamp Happy Back to School up here. And then you can sort of see this comes to about the 10.5. So we're going to line this bottom line up to the 2.5 up here. You can grab yourself a little ruler and bring the 2.5 up, and you can sort of see that that's going to be perfectly in there. So make sure it's along the line, exactly the same as what you did before. Bring your magnets in, ink him up again. And this little piece is going to be where you can actually write that hidden journaling. And I love this stamp set that it's got the lines. So I'm coming down here, pressing down again. Doesn't matter if you get it out a little bit or not, but you can sort of see it's lined up pretty good, because you just need to get that first measurement of where the top of the stamp is, okay? The top of the stamp, not the top of the paper, but the top of the stamp. So back up here, we're going to line this one up to the 2.5. Just grab your little ruler, bring it through here, and pop your magnets on out of the way. Ink him up. Now, I have got ink around my stamp. Do I have to worry about trying to get that off? No, I do not. So I'm just going to pop this back in here, and then I'm just going to press down. So the top here, wherever you place the top of your stamp, is where you're going to mark it to the side. So if you're going to line it up to the 2, just add a little mark to the 2, and then every time you come up, you place the top of your stamp back to that area. And then you're going to get a fantastic lineup of straight lines that you can write some journaling on. How brilliant is that? I love it. Love, love, love it. Look at that. Beautiful. All those lines done so quick, and I haven't had to rule them. Okay, so grab your chamois out once you've done that. Give your stamp a bit of a clean. And I'll put this away in a minute. I'll just put it back down on top, but I'm just going to clean it. Brilliant. Move it out of the way. Okay, move that out of the way. Okay, so we're starting with 12 by 12 Whisper Bite piece of cardstock. And I have gone with the Designer Series paper. This one's really good. It's the Hobby Haven. And it's on the other side of all the pictures, you've got plain. Different plain ones. You've got all different colours. So you've got all the books here that you can use for school or for the library. But on the back you have lots of different plain ones. I'm just going to try to get it out. So you can sort of see we have plain. When I say plain, they haven't got pictures on them. Okay, they've got different images on them. So this one is the one I'm using. It's absolutely beautiful. And you can just use whichever one you want to use. You can sort of see this one's all about plants and things like that, and on the back it's just got the grid. So that's a really nice paper, but also in here you get 2 sheets of the die cutting, which is really lovely. I'm just going to try to move everything here for a minute. But I've used a lot of my die cuts. But yeah, you get 2 sheets of die cutting that you can use on your pages as well, which is a really quick way of doing an embellishment, okay? You can actually dress your embellishments up a lot more, but we'll do that another night. Tonight, I just want to go straight into getting this little second page done for you so that you can sort of see how to do that. Okay, so we're going to, I've cut 1 inch of my Designer Series paper, this way and that way. And that's just going to fit in here the same as the other page. You can eyeball it, you can measure it, you can have your other page alongside of it. Now on this, we're not going to, this one I have scored. Now I have scored this at, let me just give you the score measurements on this. If you're in centimetres, it's 9.5. If you're in inches, it's 3 3/4. But this is where this is going to go into here. So we're going to put that in there now. So if you want to do both sides of writing, you just need to do a little fold line up the top there so it moves backwards if you've got a lot of writing. But I'm just going to glue this down. So whatever amount of journaling. Now is a good time to remember what your kids come home and tell you. Those funny little moments at school because believe me, you think you're going to remember 20 years down the track after you finish work, but you don't. It's important to have where they went, so the name of the school, so you can have the information of where they went to school. You can actually put what they did on the first day, like Addie got a reward today, so Crystal could write on here. And I always leave it for my grandkids to write on it, not me, because they know what their kids are doing. So I've just put that nice hidden. So you're going to glue just this section on tonight. We're just going to glue this section on here. Now you can do it on both. I didn't do it this morning like this. I like to show different gold nuggets during each layout so that you get different ideas for different layouts. But you can sort of see we've got that there, but then they can write on that and they can turn that back. So you've got to remember you've got that crease line down there. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to remind you is that when you're doing a corner where you're just having some of the paper on the corner, you can always cut a piece out, and this is handy for doing your banners or your little tags or things like that. So you can get your little tags cut out of here and things like that. So sort of saving a little bit of paper for you as well, which is a really good fun thing. And then we're going to have this over the top of that, so you can sort of see how this is going to go. So I'm going to just put both pieces together just for the minute, just so I can sort of see where I want to stick the blue down. So I want to stick it down here. You can always mark it with a pen or a pencil, preferably a pencil, because you can rub a pencil out. It's very hard to rub ink out. Okay, so I'm going to put that like that, and I'm going to line this up onto it. So, whoop, line this up to it and line. I have also scored this one. Let me just turn that over. I've also scored this one. Okay, so that's on the same score line as that. So when that sticks down, it will fold over as well. Okay, so we've scored that, so that has to be on that score line. This is going to go in about there. You can measure the other one up from the bottom if you want to have it precise to the same as the other side. And then this one's going to go in here. And you can work out whether you want a big or a smaller one. Well, I'm doing it a little bit smaller this time. I'm going to stick this in. Now, look, this is another place where you can do a lot of journaling if you want to do a hidden page behind there, but we'll just do the one tonight. So this is going to come down a little bit, and we're going to bring this on to that score line. Okay, so we've got that score line there, we've got that score line there. So we're going to glue this down onto here. And like I said, if you want to, you can always lift that side up then, and that side can be more hidden journaling. It's entirely up to you. I've got that a little bit crooked. I can pull it up. Okay. So this is Addie at the school. She's got the sun in her eyes. Now, this is a 6x4, but if you wanted to take some away from the photo, you can, but I don't really want to because it indicates it is at school, so I want to keep that there. And I've used, the same as this morning, these little, aren't these gorgeous? Look at these. These are new. And these are out of the new stamp set called Lovely Arrangements. And there's lots of different arrangements, banners, things that you can use, but I love this, something a little bit different. But I'll actually cut it. So I'm going to cut it down the things just so that I can save a little bit. You could put a full one under, but I'm just going to come down and do that. So I'm just going to trim that bottom one a little bit more. So this is going to come out down here. So we're going to have a row of 1 and a 1 there. And then we're going to have a row of 1 and a 1 up the top there. So this is a really good way to start this, but we can have it whichever side you want to put it to. But I want to keep it this side because remember on this one we have the score line. So we want to be careful where we put things. So we're going over this side first. So I'm just going to add some glue. Who's got their little tip book out? Tips and gold nugget book out so that you can sort of write them in. So I'm going to put that one there. That one's going to go there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the inside, just on the middle, not necessarily to the edges of the photo, so that I can actually put the photo down. I really feel I'm going uphill tonight. That's better. And then this one we're going to glue. And because I haven't glued it right to the edge here, I can actually just lift the photo up and bring that in. I've been scrapbooking for many years, so well over 50 years, so have lots of experience on lots of different things. So now you can sort of see that you're going to have this in here. But we want to decorate this side up as well. So we've got this little this one here out of the note cards. Out of this one, it's the die out of this one, which is just a note. And it's perfect. Look at that. You can put just a note on that so you can actually put things in. But going across here, we also want to do Addie's first day. So let's do that first. Let's just move that out of the way. I did start this a little bit earlier and take a little bit off to do a little bit because the last thing I wanted was to take time placing all these down tonight and taking time. I always start when I'm doing my writing. I place it out and then I sort of start from my right hand side and work my way back. I don't know whether that's a dyslexic thing. I really don't know. A lot of people start the opposite side and then sometimes they get to this side and it doesn't fit. So I don't know which is the right way or the wrong way, but this is the way I've always done it. I've also used the adhesive sheet on the back of the alphabet, and this is the very slimline alphabet. It's really beautiful alphabet, and you just peel the back off and put your letters on here. You can measure between the letters here, so you're sort of going for the same type of little gap between there and there, depending on the shape of the letter as well. Okay, so there's no right or wrong. It's just having fun. Peel the back off. It's good to peel them off, and then you've got that sticky already on there, and you don't have to try to add glue or make a mess. Adhesive sheets is probably one of my favorite products for die cutting, especially if you're not going to raise them up, and especially for something so thin like these that are so thin. Okay, so take that off and bring it around, and then the F. I should have my little pick tool, shouldn't I? You do need a pick tool or a little tool when you're doing this. It's come out really good. Okay. So we have first day of school. So on the other page it's got Adeline, and then on the second page it's got first day of school. Now when we're doing this, we want to look to see where that fold line is as well. Okay, you want to see where that is, and it's sort of going right between the S there. So, but you want to make sure that you have it in an area that can be lifted, or you can have first day and then you can have school down here. You can change it around if you want to. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But what I'm going to do now is just share with you to get your stylus, and or your bone folder is probably easier. Let's just stick it on first. It's easier once it's stuck on. Okay, we want some glue coming down where that fold's going to be as well, so probably around here somewhere. So we're going to place this down. I'm not putting glue right at the end on this side where it's coming off the page. We're going to stick this down. Okay, and then you're going to grab that bone folder and you're going to turn your page over and you're going to give it a really good varnish down the side there. And that will sit right where the school is as well. Just make sure you press your letters down nice and tight once you've done that fold. Okay, because we've got that hidden journaling in there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to decorate this side up. So we've got a little banner here, and this can go wherever you want to place it. Oh, did I just throw some? I did. Did I? Yeah. I was throwing things away. 2000. And we want another 2. Where did I throw it? I just threw all the rubbish in there, but I also threw in what I wanted to use. Okay, where did it go? 2020, we wanted 2. So I just was throwing, oh, there it is. I was just throwing everything out, but I threw what I wanted to use out too. So you can have the year on here if you want to, 2026. So you can stick this down if you want to. This is this sort of banner. You can have it on this type of banner, 2026. It just depends what type of banner you want, but it's got to fit within the score line. Okay, so if you have this side, you can change the colour with the ink. So let's do that just so you can sort of see what the banner will be like. So you've got your white banner. This is out of the pull-out ones, okay? So I'm just going to grab my ink pad, and we're using the blueberry bushels. Oh, it's got a bit of a tight one. You can use this side or this side. I'm going to use the pattern side. Didn't mean to put my finger in there, but I did. And you can add some glue on there, you can add some ink on there just to change the colour and make it a little bit darker in areas. just so that it actually stands out when you put the year on there. And you can also bring in some twine as well. You can bring in a little bit of twine if you want to do some twine on the end. So we probably might just go over just a little bit, guys, because scrapbooking takes just a little bit longer than a card. Unfortunately, you can't. I try to do it in half an hour, but it's usually 40 minutes. So I'm doing it 4 times. This over 4 times. This is and I'm just going to put it in here in this little hole. And then I'm going to open up both of them. So you've got both of them, the loops, and then pull this through the 2 loops. Just going to make sure we get them all through. Okay, so we've got them all through there. So you've got this here, which you can cut off or you can tie in a bow, whichever way you want to go. Let's try to do a little bow on here, as it's a girl's page. We're going to add this little bow. It just gives a little bit more character to your scrapbook page. And then you can just trim these off. So you've got 2 over here. You've got to be careful because you've got 2 over here and then you've got a loop. You've got to cut through that loop because that's going to be string now. And then you're going to cut these 2 over here as well to make it the same size. Okay, so we're going to put that onto our page. Now you can raise this up if you want to. Let's just put the, let's just glue this up here first. Or you can glue it down the bottom, wherever you want to put the year. Okay, I'm going to pop it in up here because I've got some other things that I want to pop down there. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this on, add a little bit of ink to it so you can sort of see that it's sitting there. You can have it over a little bit. Okay, and now we want to put the year, 2026. So we want to start with our 6. Get our, oh, half of it come off. Okay, there's the other bit. Thank you for sticking with me. So we're going to put the 6 at this end. And then we're going to do the 2. So tell me in the comments, what have you been up to today? I can't get this one off. I go quiet sometimes because I'm thinking, come off. Okay. Oh, it broke again. Just going to get this little bit of glue off, the backing off. Just doesn't want to come off. There it is. Okay. $2020 as 0. And then we're going to go for another 2. Find that other 2. Sorry guys, these little things are the fiddly little bits, but I did most of it tonight because I didn't want you to have to hang around while I was doing all that, but I wanted to just share a little bit with you because it's important to also know how to do this. Take these little bits off. Okay, that's our little split on that one. That's beautiful, 2026. Now we can add things on here. Now I love these embellishments that came out in the pop-outs. So we have a little easel, which I think is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to put the little easel there because I'm sure all kids do a little bit of painting the first day they go to school. So we're going to put that there. And then also I have some books. So I'm going to grab a pile of books and put them sort of down here. Just remember we have the score line right here. So if you're going to use dimensions, try not to use them on this bit if you're doing your hidden journaling because it's too hard to write on it. Or you can put your page in later after you've written and then you can use your dimensions. That's not a problem. So we're going to have that there. And there was a little palette here, paint palette. And there's some little glass and paint palette there, so we can actually bring this in as well. So I'm going to add this just to the bottom here, add some glue. Why do I not put it all over? Because sometimes I just really want to make sure that if I want to slide something down under, that I can, okay? So it's too late once you glue it all down. It's too hard once you've glued it all down to add more to it. So if you're thinking you might want to add a little bit under, you might want to not glue it all the way. Okay, whoop. Put my dirty fingers on that. And then we've got some little books here. So you've got lots of little books. You also have somewhere here that you can write on if you want to. So we can put this piece in here that you can write on. So I'm going to put this in here. Once again, I'm just going to do it up to the lines, not right up, in case I want to stick something in it, but I want to come down here. And I want to put this piece in here. You can do the lines on this piece too if you want to. You can get that Stampin Position, but I'm just going to pop that underneath there. And that can go in there. And I love that. This one's from the Note, Just a Note die. And then you've got these little books that you can sort of bring in to the side if you want to as well. You can decorate up some books. So you've got little books happening here that you can bring in down here. And you can add some bling on it as well. And because I did put that dirty finger right there, I will put some bling over that. So the other thing that comes in the thing is some of these scalloped edges. So you can use these scalloped edges as well if you want to. You can even put them like up here if you want to. You know, you can add it up here. Excuse me. So you can add some scallops in here as well, which looks really nice, and it just takes that plainness away. So we're going to do that. And I'm just going to lift this white bit up a little bit, and I'm just going to push it into that white line. And then you can just, oh, go back under, it's stuck to my finger, and bring that little scallop in there. And I have one for the other pages as well. I didn't see them until later on today. And then you have this little tab that you can sort of sit on the side here if you want to as well. So you can bring that in if you want to put that on it as well. it's entirely up to you what you want to put on your pages, okay? So you can decorate it up as much as you love. I have a camera here, so we can have the camera right in here just to cover up that, and we can have that on the score line as well. So let's pop the camera in here. So I'm going to pop the camera in just here, because if every time you put something in though, just remember to bring it over and get that bone folder and give it a little bit of a fold so it folds in quite naturally. When it's in the page, it will sit down. So that's really good. And I'm just going to put this other little book, this little pink one down here. Just about finished, guys. Put that one in there. And then we have, it's the same as the other one, the other page. We're just going to bring this in on top of the photo here. Okay, so let's put our 2 pages together. Adeline's first day of school. We have our hidden journaling in here where you can write, and you can even write in here as well. So you've got a lot of writing to write about their day in there, what they took for lunch, what they ate, who their friend was the first day, all that sort of thing. It doesn't matter if it's not quietly lined up exactly the same. You can do it as much or as little as you want. Hi, Sandra. Sorry, Kay, you have to go. There you go. So we have our page we did this morning, and if I sit back like this, you should be able to see the double layout. I hope you enjoyed that tonight, and we will see you on Sunday for our very first post-out men's class starting at 1 o'clock. Until then, have a good night. God bless you all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.